going, guys? Wrestling Untold's back, episode number 5. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and like, please. And make sure you share if you want to, and comment if you want to.
Do what the kid says.
Tell us what your favorite part of the video was. And make sure you go back to those other videos if you're new to the channel.
Episodes 1, 2, 3, and 4. Watch them all.
Yep. And also, thank you so much for 200 likes.
200 views.
Yep, views actually.
200 views.
We will get the 200 likes very soon.
We are greatly appreciative of all the views, all the shares, all the likes.
Yep.
But hey, let's get started. You want to recap last episode really quick?
So last episode, Seth Rollins was at the finals for my favorite wrestler. He's right here. My favorite wrestler. And then he was going against Shawn Michaels, which was from episode number 2. And the winner was... You'll have to go back to the episode to find out. I'm not telling you.
So let's get started. So this week we are doing the best diva / women's wrestler
of all
time. Now I'll be the first to say that women's wrestling as mainstream is pretty new. There wasn't a lot of diva or women wrestlers when I was younger. There was a few great ones. But they were like a handful. It wasn't like now. Now they actually had their own pay-per-view and so forth. So we are going to get started. So I warn you, this list is a lot of newer generation wrestlers.
Yes,
not so many older wrestlers. The Great Moolah is not on this list, just for reference.
Or Mae Young.
Or Alondra Blaze, for that matter, which is almost like a upset.
Alondra Blaze is literally like Ronda Rousey.
That is a huge upset. No Alondra Blaze. She was women's champion forever.
I mean, she threw away the belt.
Well, let's get started. So the first 2 competitors we have here is, she's one of the wonders of the world. I don't know if she's the 7th or the 8th or 9th wonder of the world. I think it was the 9th wonder of the world. No other than China. She's going up against, who I guess was she one of your favorites at one point in time? Alexa Bliss?
Yeah. Wow. I liked Alexa. She was pretty good. Now she's more on Lily, the doll, and the doll's like Chucky, and it's creepy, and it's terrible, and the Fiend's gone, so her career is just going downhill. In China, she's actually, if you didn't know, one of my favorites. She made a big statement, and she actually defeated Chris Jericho for the IC title. Yeah. I think she's the only woman who won the IC title.
She's one of the only women that's ever held a men's title, with the exception of that fraud title, the 24/7 title. Yeah. We won't get into that, though.
And also, Jacqueline won, but the winner of this has to be China, just because...
Oh, that's no surprise to me.
She made so much more history, and she is a Hall of Famer.
No surprise to me. That was my pick. So the next 2 persons here, the boss, Sasha Banks, a.k.a. Snoop Dogg's cousin, as she likes to say a lot. I don't know if she's saying that for extra points, but who cares? And Naomi, she used to be a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader, I believe, before she wrestled. Either way, 2 great talents, both 2 SmackDown champions. I don't believe Naomi held the Raw Women's Championship, but she definitely had the SmackDown's
and she won WrestleMania Battle Royale, the second, I think, or the first.
So what are your thoughts on these 2 young ladies?
So
these 2
Sasha
ferocious women.
Sasha Banks is the top of my superstar list. It is incredible, and Naomi is too. But I think Naomi is like Mandy Rose. Like, she was seen all awesome with a tag team partner, which is Lana, and Lana's gone, so she's not as good. Just like Mandy Rose, she's not as good without Otis. So I have to go with Sasha.
Sasha Banks. No surprise here.
Just because I don't see a future in Naomi.
Sasha Banks. No surprise here at all. So the next person, she's held the SmackDown title the longest. She's had the longest women's reign in SmackDown Women's Championship. No, none other than Bayley. Who was she one of your favorites also?
Yeah, she is.
So much still?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's not my favorite enough to...
She's a heel, and she's very annoying now. And then AJ Lee, who was she was in a generation, I believe, right before this one. She was in the early 10s, I believe. Am I right?
Yeah, she was longest reigning. What was that championship back then? The Sparkling one.
Divas. It was the Divas Championship.
Longest reigning Divas and longest reigning SmackDown. They're both pretty incredible, but now AJ Lee, she writes. She's an author now, and she writes books about her career, so it's pretty cool. As much as I like Bayley, I have to go with AJ Lee.
You going AJ Lee? Okay. I mean, I don't have any.
I don't think he's seen a lot of AJ Lee.
I have not seen a lot of AJ Lee wrestle,
like
so I have no reason to think that this was a bad pick. Yeah, so let's just move on. So next is Lita. Lita was she kind of crossed generations because I saw a little bit of Lita towards the end of me watching wrestling. And then I guess, and she's actually going up against Becky Lynch. And we kind of followed Becky Lynch's career. She was pretty dopey in the beginning. She was like an Irish something. I don't know what it was. Irish jig. That's what it was. It was a dopey persona. But she became, a bad little bit down the line and ended up becoming champion. She beat Ronda Rousey, am I right? She had a great feud with Ronda Rousey. I mean, incredible. To kind of, give a little shout out to Baltimore and DC. We are located in Baltimore, Maryland. She was arrested in Baltimore, Maryland's arena, and she showed up in a police car the next night at Washington, DC's arena, which is pretty hilarious.
Yeah, that was.
I'm not sure why police bring you back to work. I don't know. I don't work for WWE. But this pick. What was your thoughts?
It's pretty easy. I think Lita. So I didn't watch much of her. I think she was with Agent Christian or the Hardys. She was with one of those tag teams. I can barely remember because I never watched a lot of her. And I like Becky Lynch so much that I'm going to pick Becky Lynch.
Yeah, I like Becky Lynch a lot too.
She's awesome.
She's going to be back soon.
Yeah, she is awesome.
The women's division need her. They truly do. So the next person, is this Asuka? Yeah, next person, Asuka. She pretty great wrestler, I think. Japanese American wrestler. She's really just probably Japanese. I don't know if she's got the American in it. And Beth Phoenix. I saw a lot of Asuka. You guys loved Asuka. She had a long streak, right? Undefeated streak. She had similar to what Goldberg had in the 90s of just being undefeated. No one could beat her.
His childhood hero.
Goldberg, not Goldust.
Oh yeah, it's Goldust.
Neither are my childhood heroes. Either way, I'm gonna come and do the podcast dressed as Goldust one day. It just freak you out the whole time.
Wow.
Just the whole time. What are your thoughts here?
This is easy. I don't like Asuka. I don't remember, but Clash of Champions 2020, I was really hoping for Zelina Vega to beat Asuka and win. And she didn't. And then in the rematch, she lost again for no reason because I think it was something controversy. But I gotta go with Beth Phoenix just because she's so good on commentary in NXT.
Okay. You going Beth Phoenix over Asuka? Okay.
Yeah.
Because of her commentary, not her wrestling?
I've never watched her wrestling. Her documentaries are not good.
Okay, yeah.
They're not good.
Hopefully she gets knocked out because I don't think someone with great commentary should be in this list, but
okay.
It's not my list. The next, speaking of Zelina Vega, who, she's okay wrestler, I think. And one of my personal favorites, Bianca Belair. I mean, personal favorites. I like Bianca Belair a lot. We also followed her career from NXT, and we've been rooting for her for a long time to kind of get the push that she's deserved and that she ended up getting. She won the Royal Rumble, am I right? It was Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley. They were the last two in the Royal Rumble, and I mean, either way, either winner would have been an amazing winner, amazing story.
Look at them now.
Yeah, they're both champions, current champions right now. One's Raw, one's SmackDown. So I know who I would pick here. Who would you pick here?
Yeah, I know he's gonna pick Bianca Belair, but like Zelina Vega, I love her, and I like Bianca Belair. So it's like, I guess just because I've seen more of her in the ring, I'm gonna have to pick Bianca Belair.
Oh, there we go. All right, I was getting nervous here.
Yeah. It was tough though.
Wasn't tough for me. I picked with the heart. Okay, so next one. Speaking of Rhea Ripley, next one is Rhea Ripley, who we love. She was the NXT Women's Champion and UK Women's Champion. Just got a great look, a great gimmick, everything about her. Just makes so much sense. And she's going up against Toni Storm, who I'm not pretty familiar with at all. You'll have to take over on this one.
So in NXT, I like all the heels, by the way. And when she was in NXT, they made her babyface so much. Like, she was supposed to be this awesome heel. And she's still awesome right now. The only thing is, this is just my opinion, I don't like Raw that much. I normally sleep through half of it, but like...
Well, that's because your bedtime.
But like... this is hard. I guess I'll pick Rhea Ripley.
Well, there's only one person you can pick there. Rhea advances. Okay. So the last of this round is going to be none other than the Ronda Rousey. And she's going up against Paige. This is interesting because Ronda Rousey, she didn't have a long wrestling career, but she was basically champion the whole time she was in WWE. She had a great mixed martial arts career, and I think coming from mixed martial arts, similar to like a Brock Lesnar, making that transition back and forth, you automatically come in as a superstar. You're already known, you already have a name, and she was already well known. She wore Roddy Piper's jacket, and she used his whole gimmick, for lack of a better term. And I know she said she actually spoke with him and got permission to use it, so that's pretty cool.
It's like Kevin
Paige,
Owens'
on the
son.
other hand, Paige has a movie made after her. I don't know if you've seen it. We're not going to advertise it here because they don't pay us, but it is a pretty good movie. She's got a great story. Her brother got her into wrestling, and she, basically got picked over him, over his dream, and she became this pretty good wrestler.
She had
not
a short
wrestling
career as
anymore.
well.
Yeah.
I gotta go with Paige on this.
Paige?
She is the first double champion.
Over Ronda Rousey?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Ronda Rousey out first round. That's an upset.
The first double champion ever.
Wow. Okay, so we're moving on to the next round. All right, buckle up, people. So we're moving on to, we are actually down to, what is that, 8? So we have China versus Sasha Banks.
China.
Oof, you don't even hesitate. No?
China.
Over the boss?
China.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I know China could beat Sasha Banks, but I mean, we'll go right there. We won't hesitate. AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch. We had a lot of great things to say about both of these women, but
Becky Lynch, I think.
you know Becky Lynch here?
Yeah,
Okay.
Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch for the win.
Okay. All right. So our next up, we have Beth Phoenix versus Bianca Belair.
Ooh, this is easy.
Well, this is very easy for me because
Yes,
I only
very
know, again, Bianca Belair she's a current champion. She's just, her mic skills are amazing. Everything she does is just fresh, fun, and new. She's a baby face, which usually doesn't make for great TV.
It's like the first Royal Rumble winner.
But she's a great baby face. And when she fought Sasha Banks was also baby face. And but it worked. So
I have to go with Bianca Belair.
Okay, I'm with it.
Oh.
And if you're listening to this, Bianca, if you ever want to be on our show, just hit the DMs. We can talk about it.
Wow.
The next up is going to be Rhea Ripley versus Paige. Both of these young ladies, I believe, are they both from UK?
No. She's from Australia.
Oh, okay, same thing. Same country.
I guess.
I'm kidding. It's not the same country. I know Australia is different from
Yeah, so
UK.
Rhea Ripley.
They sound alike. They sound alike.
Rhea Ripley to the win.
You going Rhea Ripley here?
Mhm.
Okay, all right. I don't have any.
Top 4. That's tough.
So
Ooh,
let's just take a look at our final 4.
that's tough.
We got China, Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley. So we have 1 old schooler, and we have 3 current wrestlers at this time sitting in our final 4. So this first matchup is going to be between China and Becky Lynch. Now, China's never held, to my knowledge, the women's championship, but she has held the men's. Did she?
Yeah, she's a 3-time women's champion.
Oh, see, I wasn't watching wrestling.
And she's a what's the men's, like the I think it's IC.
She's the men's intercontinental champion.
Yeah, that one.
For sure, she's the men's. I think she's also a hardcore champion also. She's a part of a iconic group, D-Generation X.
She just made that group so much better.
Yeah, she was the muscle. And if you know how China looks, you know why she was the muscle. Because that's just it. You know, she was bigger than any woman wrestler that I've ever seen. Probably one of the strongest. Bianca Belair is very strong, but not like this. Becky Lynch, on the other hand, I mean, that feud with Ronda Rousey really just pushed her over. I mean, talking about being put over,
like.
that is where you want to be.
I like the rivalry when it was Osaka and Becky Lynch.
Not so much.
That was a good one. Especially at TLC when Ronda Rousey pushed the ladder off the show.
You know what really did it for me is when she came out in the Bruce Lee Enter the Dragon outfit. That was super cool. That was like
she had crutches.
it was paying homage to Bruce Lee. That was pretty cool.
She was suspended, supposedly.
Allegedly.
So I'm going with China.
You're going with China? Oh, okay, all right. Well, I'm not gonna. Any one of these ladies in this 4, in my opinion, is, deserving.
Yeah.
So our next up, these are the 2 current champions, Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley. So Rhea Ripley being champion of Raw, women's champion of Raw, and Bianca Belair, I apologize, being the SmackDown Women's Champion. Which one do you think is gonna?
I gotta go with Bianca Belair.
You're Bianca Belair here.
Mm-hmm.
Why not Rhea Ripley?
Bianca Belair.
Okay, all right. Don't need an explanation. So our final is gonna be China, we'll call her Ninth Wonder of the World, versus Miss EST, the greatest, the most athleticest, like anything you could put "is" behind. That's what she does.
Wow.
Championish.
Wow.
But she is she will be one of the greats one day. I don't know if she's necessarily the greatest. But again, what are your thoughts?
I gotta go. I don't have thoughts. I have a pick.
You have a pick?
Yeah. China for the win.
China for the win? Oh my gosh, China for the win. So there you have it, folks.
You do not like DX?
I loved the Generation X minus Shawn Michaels. And I loved what they did, X-Pac and Triple H, Road Dogg, and all those boys and everything.
Shawn
in
Michaels
China.
was a good addition.
But, so there you go. China is the greatest, I don't even want to say diva, she's the greatest women's wrestler of all time. I think it'd be an insult to call her the greatest diva of all time.
Mm-hmm.
So there you have it, folks. This is episode 5, and I think we're rocking and rolling. Yeah. We have plenty more brackets to get to.
Yeah.
I mean, we got hundreds of them, but if you have some suggestions, just leave it in the comments. We will get to them. I promise you. You have anything else before we get out of here?
Let's try to get 5 likes before the rest of the night.
5 likes before the night's over with? What?
Yep.
50 views before the night's over? Let's shoot for the stars.
Yep, let's do 50.
All right. Give us some shares. Give us some likes. Comment. Make sure you get us up there in the algorithms and everything. Make sure everyone can see. We are a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah.
This kid's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We enjoyed it, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Great bracket.
So we shall see you guys
in the next video.
There you go. Oh, yep. JoJo wants to come over and say hi. Okay, come on around. You say see you next time. Say see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
See you next time.